Hello, welcome to this week's Homebrew Wednesday video. How are you doing? You beautiful boys and you beautiful girls. Good hearing it. Now this week, I asked you in last week's Homebrew Wednesday video what I should have a go at brewing next. Now the options I gave you were a Wherry, if you remember, a Bulldog Strawberry Pale Ale, and also we had the St. Peter's Ruby Red. Now popular opinion has dictated that we give the Ruby Red a push just for a while, put it on the side, forget about it for a bit, and also the Wherry. Everyone's done Wherries, okay? Wherries are all over the place, so no one really wants to see that. But not everybody's done the Bulldog Strawberry Pale Ale, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. In fact, by the magic of dodgy editing, I've already done it. It's in that vessel behind me, but you're about to see me knocking that together, because I'm recording this at the end of that, just to confuse things and not disorientate you even more. So yeah, what else have we got to say this week before I show you all the bits and bobs with that Bulldog kit? We've changed the place where we broadcast from. When I say we, I mean me. I have decided I'm not going to be broadcasting on Vaughan Live anymore, and the reason I've decided to do that, folks, is many, but the two main reasons are: one, the unreliability of the video service on Vaughan Live. Every single Saturday whenever I do a broadcast it hangs, and that's no fun for anyone, and it's frustrating for me because I just want to, you know, entertain you lot and have a laugh with you and generally talk a load of old crap and just have a good time. And I can't do that if every 5 minutes I'm having to change the video server because, you know, it's not up to the job. I don't really want to get into a slanging match with service providers, but to me it just doesn't seem to work. So I've decided to go somewhere else. So we're now on UV log, and we did a UV log cast pretty much from the moment I decided on Saturday that I wasn't going to use Vaughan. We switched over to UV log and it worked fine all night. No problems at all. So it can't be anything to do with my configuration, folks. If it works on UV log and it doesn't work on Vaughan Live, what does that tell you? The other reason I want to leave Vaughan Live really is because there are some changes in Vaughan Live recently with regards to the audience it's attracting, the trolls, etc. The type of people that are coming in and watching and just basically making nuisances of themselves on a regular basis has become more and more prevalent of late. So we're going somewhere else for those reasons, because A, we can't be bothered to put up with people that don't want us there, and B, we can't really be bothered to put up with a dodgy service anyway. So we're going. In fact, we have gone. So I'll stick the link down below. Thank you to those who followed me over on Saturday. You know who you are. 12 or 13 of you, I can't remember how many there was, something like that. 10, 12, 13 people followed us, and people popped in and out during the course of the evening as well. And we got a really warm welcome over on UV log for the people that were new. They welcomed us with open arms, and I got a very nice message from someone who also casts on UV log and welcomed me. So, you know, at the moment it's all positive, folks. I can't really say anything bad about it, but who knows? These things are subject to change, aren't they? And you know what things are like. Internet breaks occasionally, and I don't mind the odd problem because that's computers for you, right? After all, this is why, you know, we work in IT, folks. Well, I used to work in IT. I don't work now, obviously. It's another story. So I've moved my services to somewhere else, and we'll go there, and we'll now broadcast from there, and we'll see how we get on. I may change my mind again. I might go back at some point, but for the time being I'm away from Vaughan Live because of those reasons. Alright, nothing personal to any individual or individuals. It really is to do with the service being pretty dodgy at times, in fact all the time, and also the trolls. Can't be doing with it, I ain't got time for trolls. So, that's all for me for this week, folks. What follows is me doing that brew over there that you can see in that bucket, over there, that one there. Hope you enjoy it. It's dead easy really. I was quite surprised when I opened the box. I was expecting maybe the strawberry to be different from the main malt, but it's all in one big bag and you can't go wrong with it really. So you'll see in a minute anyway. So cheers folks, I'll see you on the next Homebrew Wednesday, but in the meantime, ta-ra for now, have a good one. So here's the strawberry pan ale kit folks. It says here it makes 23 litres, 40 pints, blah blah blah, premium beer kit, 4.5%. Now what's in the box is the yeast, beer yeast for 20-25 litres. Looks like there's quite a lot of yeast there, which is a good thing. And we've got a hop sachet there. I think that's probably going to be some kind of tea bag in there with the hop pellets, the citra pellets. And that's pretty much it. You're wondering where the malt extract is. Well, if you follow me over here to this part of the kitchen, there's my fermenting bucket. Yep, that's all clean. Let's add star sand in it. And over here in the sink, look what we got here. We've got our extract sitting in warm, hottish water. I'm going to leave that there for about 15 minutes and then we'll chuck that into the fermenting vessel. Right, so here we are folks, again, clean vessel, it's been cleaned out. The malt extract that was sitting in the hot water for about 15 minutes or so. I've squeezed all that out, and just to show you that I have got it all out, look, there's the empty vessel that it was in, empty bag. Basically what I had to do was wash it out a couple of times with hot water to get the last remnants of the malt extract out. It was really quite thick, and yeah, so we've done that. I've chucked it up to, let's have a little bit of a look on the side there. Where are we? 2 gallons, yeah, 2 gallons of not hot water but warm enough to melt the bulk of the extract, and the rest of it I'm going to fill up with cold water. What I will say is it smells great. There is a slight red tinge to it, as you can see. Can you see that sort of red tinge there? It smells really strawberry. I mean, I love strawberries, and it really does smell quite nice. I don't know what it's going to taste like though once it's finished. But yeah, we'll fill it up with water. We'll chuck the yeast in. Take the temperature first, just to make sure it's all right. And pretty much we're done. Nice and easy. Hopefully you can see that folks. Temperature of the brew is 20 degrees centigrade. That's probably okay to pitch yeast in. Should be alright. Pretty much room temperature, I'll live with that. What I tend to do is I'll leave this thermometer on the top of the brew so I can keep an eye on it in the kitchen during this winter period to make sure that, and it's going to sit on a heating pad, but I'll, you know, if it goes down too low then I'll switch the heating pad on and we'll provide some warmth to it. However, we might get away with it. Now, as you can see, it's quite difficult to take a decent gravity reading, but we're looking at 1.040, which I reckon is roughly around about okay for 4.5%, so we'll leave it at that. So the final thing to do then is to pitch the yeast. As I said, fortunately, quite a lot of yeast with this. I mean, I think all kits should come with a packet this size, so make sure that you've got enough yeast. I don't think 5 grams of yeast is enough to do a big batch, you know. I tend to do starters and things just to make sure I get a little bit more yeast, but that looks to me to be bloody good. So we're going to give that a go and we'll see what happens. So there we have it then, boys and girls. The air locks in. The temperature is 20.1 degrees, which is fine for this particular brew. I've left the hot pellets, the citra hot pellets on the top there to remind me in 4 days I need to chuck those in. And so we'll come back in 4 days, we'll chuck the hops in, and I've left the instructions on the top, not that we need them, but you know, just in case I need to go back to them at any point. We'll leave that on the heating pad. I'm not really going to turn the heating pad on as yet, I don't think, because I think that temperature's fine to brew at. But yeah, it's all good, and it smells brilliant. I've got to be honest with you, it smells absolutely fantastic. So hopefully we'll be on for a good beer. Hello, well here we are at the end, as usual. How are you doing? Hopefully you enjoyed that. If you didn't, not much I can do about it really, is there? You didn't have to watch it, did you? Which brings me back to my next point. Someone left a message on one of my videos last week saying something along the lines of get to the point, you just bang on too much. And I thought, well, you know, fair enough, he's entitled to his opinion. And I thought, well, hang on a minute, there's a stop button just there underneath the video. You ain't got to watch it, have you? So yeah, I just don't understand the logic of some people. Sometimes they watch through the entire video and then they decide they're going to have a moan at the end because they didn't like what you did. Well, you ain't got to watch, have you? Don't watch, stop watching. In fact, I don't want you watching. If you're going to be a miserable old sod about it, go and watch somebody else. Strange, the trolls, folks. Don't you just love the trolls? Again, one of the reasons why I'm leaving Vol. Yeah, 500 subscribers though. This is what I wanted to say just at the end before I leave. I have tipped the mark at 500 people, which blows my mind because I can't imagine 500 people wanting to watch me bang on and not get to the point. So thanks for that. Thank you to the same people that leave messages every week. It's usually, you know, the same group of people. I really appreciate you doing that, folks. You don't have to, and your support helps me carry on doing these videos. Otherwise it'd be pretty boring really, wouldn't it, if I just did them and no one watched them. So yeah, thank you for those messages, really appreciate it. 500 is, you know, just silly, isn't it, really? I know 500 people ain't watching, but there are 500 subscribers, so cheers for that. It's a drop in the ocean really. I think we can do better than that, folks. I think we can get it up to 501. It may be even push it as far as 502. Who knows, by the time this video goes up it might even be 503. That'd be great, wouldn't it? So yeah, Happy New Year to you folks. Thanks for watching, thanks for keeping me laughing. Sometimes it's difficult for me to laugh because I've stapled my lips together. But you know, you push me on. You say, boy, stop being a silly old sod, get on with it. Which is what that fellow tried to do, really, didn't he? Get on with it, cheeky bastard. Yeah, and we'll see you on next week's Homebrew Wednesday video. I'll let you know how that beer gets on. I was going to film myself putting pellets in, but I don't see that that's very interesting really to the whole experience. Is it worth me doing that? I don't know. Maybe it is. Well, you'll know, because if it's included in this video, I've decided to insert it in there. Otherwise I haven't, because I didn't see there's much point really. It's only boiling up a Citra tea bag in a cup of water and then chucking it into the fermenting vessel for 3 or 4 days. It will go into secondary, this one, because there's going to be some hop stuff in there, so I'll siphon off that and throw it into secondary. And when I'm bottling from secondary, obviously I'll throw it into a third vessel where it will be my priming bucket, and I'll try and leave as much sediment behind as I can. While we're talking about sediment, one of the things I did notice, I did a Wilco's Golden Ale in a couple of Homebrew Wednesday videos ago, as you may recall, and I added a brew improver, a packet of brew improver, and I siphoned that off into secondary, and there was quite a lot of sediment at the bottom. But even as I racked from secondary over onto my priming sugar in my bottling bucket, in the secondary vessel there was still quite a lot of sediment at the bottom. So I don't know whether it's that particular brew that's got quite a lot of sediment in there. Perhaps it was, you know, quite a vigorous fermentation and it's just gone a little bit mental and the bulk of it's yeast. I don't know, but we'll find out when we give it a little bit of a drinky poos in a couple of weeks, and hopefully it will turn out to be a nice beer, as that one will. But in the meantime, my kitchen smells of strawberries, which is no bad thing, because it's better than smelling of my feet, isn't it, folks? My dirty washing, dirty pants and that sort of stuff. You don't really want it smelling that, do you? Anyway, ta-ra for now, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheerio!